Yes, that's right. I forgot to turn the electricity off last time. So yes. Wow. Oh, music is such a joke, isn't it? Music is fun, like David Crosby said. Everybody's saying music is love. Everybody's saying it's love. Anywho, I've written some notes here because what I wanted to talk about here is brain waves. Brain waves. There's a saying going around these days. Thought is the enemy of creativity. And I believe I know why. A thought is, we humans have directed our thought with language, directed it into a certain algorithm of language, so to speak. So that we have words like consciousness, but we don't know what consciousness is. And I'm a little bit drunk right now and drinking a little bit of liquid. Liquor is conducive to creativity in that it sets our mind in a different speed. There's the alpha wave, never mind the alpha, beta, gamma, delta, yada, yada, because that's out of order. Those are placed like 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, or something like that. Let me just explain it my own way. We have the daily alert thinking. What am I going to do? It's very important. And then there's there's even more than, there's a higher one, which is, I'm going to die. I got to do something. Beneath those are a third layer, which is the relaxed, comfortable place. There's this corporate, what is it called? New corporate management idea that you have 3 phases of creativity or production. You have the creative part, then you have the evaluating part, and then you have the actual production part, I think. Anyway, the 2 first are the most important. It's about the brain being unable to be creative. If it is too uptight, too concerned, too stressed out, too worried. So what they did was they had these first and second sessions where, you're not allowed to criticize any suggestion because that makes people alert. And you don't want them to be alert. You want them to be kind of, yeah, wouldn't it be fun if whatever. So about the alcohol part of that, why is it called spiritus or spirit? That is because, I've explained this before, it's in the German language we have Geist, which means 2 things, yeast and ghost or spirit. In Swedish we have gäst, which means 2 things, spirit and yeast. So that's along with that, there's this word spirit. Oh, I learned a new chord. This one. But then this is a minor chord. This is C minor with a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then there's this diminished chord where instead of you diminish the 5 and you diminish the third, and you get these, and then you can go. This is from Tristeza. Triste. It's a Spanish band playing this song. Triste viver na solidão, na dor cruel de uma paixão. Triste saber que ninguém pode ver de ilusão, que nunca vai ser, nunca vai dar. O sonhador tem que acordar, tua beleza e um avião. Demais para pobre coração, que para pra te ver, que para pra te ver passar, só pra me maltratar. Só pra me maltratar. Triste viver na solidão. Your beauty. E um avião is an airplane. Demais para pobre coração, too much for a poor heart. Que para pra te ver passar, who stops to see you pass, só pra me maltratar. And there it is. Down. This poor heart stops to watch you pass just to maltratar, maltratar his mistreat, something rough, but it's in a, it's a metaphorical. It's a, oh, she's so beautiful. My heart is breaking because I know I can never get this girl. I can never be with this girl, but she's everything I want. That's how superficial we are. But anyway, triste viver na solidão. But it's this chord. Que para pra te ver passar, só pra me maltratar. Andrea Motis, someone else, I don't remember the band. It's a Spanish band. It's sort of like some very young singers doing some crazy great harmonies with this chord included. Somehow. And he's just obviously just found these young singers, found them talented and wanted to give them a chance, and they got a chance and they're growing. So that's what you do when you get a chance. Mostly you grow until you hit the ceiling and find out it's like this plant over here. It's a gum ficus, but it's the rubber thing these big leaves. This one is a variegata, means it's got something varying from the standard. This one has got a white edge. Anyway, it was growing this high, and I found some little signs of possible ways where places where it could go to the sides and not just up, because the window is only this high. And in fact, it did. Now I can see, actually, right now I discovered it's doing it again, because I neglected it and forgot to water it. But one of the other shoots that I actually talked to a week ago is now with two little leaf like this and a little one like this and this. So, well, thought is the enemy of creativity, yes. Well, back to that, because thought is, we invent a word like consciousness without being able to actually put our finger on it, right? So it becomes something through history and use of the word. It becomes something that we think we know. And so with all words, they are at the same time doing good and bad, because we know, yes, this is this, but is it really? And do we have to, it's like abortion. When is a human being a human being? Is it 1 second after conception? Are there any facts to back this up? Or is it, could we perhaps measure on fetuses when something's changing? Because that would be a gateway, sort of. Oh, here this happens. Same with life. It turns out that we cannot really define life in so many terms, because if self-generation happens with clay, right, and it has to have a consciousness. Well, does it? Does a earthworm have a consciousness? And where do we define consciousness? Is it dogs have it, cats don't, or cats have it but rats don't? Rats must have it to function, so whatever they eat must have some kind of consciousness to avoid the being eaten, etc., etc., etc. So the words are doing this to our world, but reality is, seamless, limitless, borderless. Reality is borderless. Borders were invented by kings who wanted those behind him to fight those in front of him, because he couldn't speak to the guy behind the guys in front of him. Is it wars are crimes committed because two people couldn't speak together and reason with each other? That's the history of war. That I got 300 men, well, I got 200. Well, shouldn't you consider conceding? And shouldn't I be fair? Well, if I'm not fair, I'll have to kill all 200 of you. What's that going to bring? It's going to, all my women, all my slaves of the opposite gender would fuck me worse. So we were just habitual. We were getting used to this life as it is, with words that describe it in certain terms, or sentences which use words to describe them in certain terms. And we've forgotten to question whether those words are actually realistic renditions of what we are perceiving. And oh my God, this is this is really going far out because now I'm going to talk about religion again. See, or rather, the opposite. Science has become the opposite. They have found out that this universe is so improbable, unlikely, through feeding the physical constants of this universe into a computer, and they found that if it changed it even a little, this much, you see the change? It'll collapse. The model collapses. So why is this universe so unlikely? So they came up with this theory. There must be, or have been, there must have been, or there must be that many universes before this, or simultaneously, and they just run out with that. You know, simultaneous. That's fine. You know, multiverse. Science used to decline from addressing things they could not prove or disprove, but 10 to the power of 124 universes to make this one likely, that's all right. That's fine. We can't. They're parallel universes. We can never see signs of them because that would make them part of our universe. All we can do is calculate that they are there, right? So that's where science is right now. It's like that far out. And Sherlock Holmes might have said, well, you could also choose consciousness, that a consciousness, a kind of consciousness that makes these rules work for some purpose. Because we cannot set a limit for where we cannot set a limit for where consciousness stops or begins. So it could be in sand, it could be in a rock. My consciousness has a tendency to think so much that I have to go to school or study meditation to limit the thought or the thinkiness, the word, that the encyclopedia that keeps babbling on, full of false and true things in my head. You know, I have to stop that to get back to the consciousness, to experience myself for myself, the consciousness that is behind all my own thoughts. And so it's really a mess. We keep repeating traditional patterns and words and concepts. Just no matter if we're religious or scientifically inclined, we do this. That's the property of language. It narrows out, you know, this is a dog, it's not a cat. But then again, we find out with DNA analysis that cats are related to dogs, and some of the things that look like cats aren't cats, and some of the things that look like dogs aren't dogs, or bears that look like bears aren't bears, and stuff like that, you know, because of genetics, you know, DNA. So it looks like, but it's not this way. And our language is not following this development of science that tells us that that what is it called? Yeah. Oh, the different name for those things that are related to elephants, but are this small and live in the mountains. They are Sirenus, or something like that. So we have brains, and we have a consciousness, and we have thoughts. And thoughts are, you know, mostly the shit that history has taught us. And this works on a personal level, which is why I'm sitting at the piano. I don't know how to play the piano much. I know a little bit. But I do believe that you can make something of nothing. I mean, imagine I would start 2 sticks in. That would be fantastic for a child at 5 years old, but tristeza não tem fim, felicidade sim, a felicidade com a pluma que o vento vai levando pelo ar, voa tão leve, mas tem a vida breve, precisa que haja vento separar a felicidade do pobre parece a grande ilusão do carnaval, e gente trabalha o ano inteiro por um momento de sonho pra fazer a fantasia de rei ou de pirata ou jardineira, de tudo se acabar na quarta-feira. Seja não ter fim, felicidade sim, oh, felicidade. See, the problem with that is, when you are creative enough to go into music, you have to have rehearsed so much that it doesn't fall apart, and I haven't. I'm like George Harrison and who was the other? Was it Paul McCartney? It probably wasn't. It was Ringo Starr. George Harrison said in an interview that he was like Ringo Starr in that he did not rehearse, and I fully understand that because see, I don't know that song at all. But the creative process is really not about it. About if you can do. It's not about that, which is beautiful. I know Chick Corea is really a genius. Or was. Sorry, he's dead. Sorry, he's dead. Anyway, we're all going to do that. So you finally did it. Congratulations, Chick. You finally did it. You have reached the bottom line. Anyway, it does not have to be like. Let me play you a song I know. I can't play many songs, only about 200. But anyway, and those are all before your time. But there's Christine McVie from the from her life, who was a member of Fleetwood Mac. He made this beautiful song. It's so simple, even I can play it. Sort of. Although this fingers keeps hitting notes I don't want to. For you, there'll be no more crying. For you, the sun will be shining. 'Cause I feel that when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's right. For you, to you, I would give the world. To you, I'll never be cold. 'Cause I feel that when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's right. And the songbirds are singing like they the song, and the song. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. When I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's right. That's not the right line is, and I wish you all the love in the world. But most of all, I wish it from myself. That's a very simple song. Or there's this blue eyes. Blue eyes. Baby's got blue eyes. I'm not going to do that. I've got a better, very simple song. That's good. I don't have to play it either. I think you know what I mean. There are simple songs that are good, there are complicated songs that are good, and it's all about what we think of them, really. If you're in a musical mood, you want to hear. If you're in a sentimental mood, you want to hear. Something. Anywho, I think that's covering. I mean, this is going to be a long video if it just ramp on. So thank you very much for not seeing this video. It's been a pleasure to show you that you can be without this. At least there's something in this world you can do without. So now you know there are things you can do without. Thank you. Melivotch. Where do I stop this? Where's the stop button? 30 minutes? That's way too much. The stop button. Come on. Is that it? No, that's not it. Okay. I'm gonna have to. God damn it. So,